Limits and asymptotes. Turns out we can talk somewhat more precisely about the idea of asymptotes now that we understand the idea of limits. So for example, a vertical asymptote. If the limit as x approaches c of f of x equals either infinity or negative infinity, plus or minus infinity, then that is a vertical asymptote. And of course, what that means as x gets closer and closer to c, the function, the output of the function gets arbitrarily large. We can make the function as large as we want by getting as close as possible to c. And so that would be a limit of infinity or negative infinity. Now sometimes, of course, the limit as x approaches c in an asymptote doesn't exist, and we have to talk about the one-sided limit. So it may be that the limit as x approaches c from the negative side is either plus or minus infinity. It may be that the limit as x approaches c from the positive side is either plus or minus infinity. For example, if you think of the function y equals 1 over x, at x equals 0, as we approach from the negative side, it goes to negative infinity. As it approaches from the positive side, it goes to positive infinity. It's not at all unusual to have a vertical asymptote and have the function run up to infinity on one side and run down to negative infinity on the other side. If any of these limits go to infinity, then what we get is a vertical asymptote at the point x equals c. Now with a horizontal asymptote, the way we talk about this is the limit as x goes to infinity of f of x. So if this limit exists, the limit as x goes to infinity of f of x, if this equals k, for example, or if it's true that the limit as x goes to negative infinity of f of x equals k. If both of these are true, or if either one of them is true, then it means what we have is a horizontal asymptote at y equals k. So this is how we talk about basic asymptotes. Now later on, we'll actually talk about oblique asymptotes and in fact other kind of asymptotic behavior functions. But right now, this covers vertical and horizontal asymptotes.